What is up, everyone? Welcome to No Life Gaming Show Podcast. We will catch you tomorrow for the No Life Tech Podcast. Make sure you tune in. We are back off a week hiatus, and you might notice it looks differently because I'm running this off my laptop in my office, not on the home PC, because I just haven't made it home yet. Been a busy day. Was editing a lot of video today. By the way, Jerry. The video, the Vegas cut is up. It is up on YouTube on my other channel. If you guys wanted to see our little trip in Vegas, go check it out on the DIY or Die YouTube channel.
It was a lot of fun.
It was actually so much fun. Doobie, you should have came. It would have been awesome to see you
Yeah.
there.
Sadly, vacation and money is not really a thing I can do.
Yeah, and this wasn't a paid gig, really.
If you would have paid me to go, I would have gone.
Oh, for sure.
But we might have future plans and things we've thought about, so we'll keep you in the know.
Yeah, just don't make any vacation plans without us knowing, because we have ideas. But
I'll
yeah,
be
it
going
was
away
fun.
in January for AGDQ though. Awesome Games Done Quick speedrunning marathon
Where's that?
in Maryland. It's like 2.5 hour drive.
Oh, so it's not like a big vacation.
No, 2.5 hour drive, and instead of getting a hotel, I'm getting an Airbnb for myself.
You're going by yourself?
Well, I have friends who are going there, but I'm not staying at the hotel that it's at. So I'm staying just at an Airbnb.
Maybe I'll go with you and document you in your element, and we'll do like a Discovery Channel. We'll do a Discovery Channel thing.
You're not gonna be able to get into the event. Registration capped like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but you're Doobie. Can't you get me in?
No, they are actually very strict these days with badge checks. It was a meme all of last Games Done Quick.
Now I never want to go. This sounds like a stupid place.
You could always get stuck in a marathon.
This year is the it's kind of like the makeshift, because the hotel they got apparently 3 years ago, and they're looking for a bigger venue. It's 2,400 people. That was the cap, and it filled like within like the hour. It's just gotten so big, so they're looking for.
Yeah, it is like a fire hazard too if you have too many people in one area.
It's kind of crazy how big it's gotten, and the fact like where they're doing it this year. Also, like there's no free parking. Even if you're staying at the hotel, you have to pay for parking.
How much is that?
I was like, $15 a day.
That's not too bad though.
If you're there 7 days.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
That adds up.
Oh, for sure. Well, our trip that we're thinking about isn't going to be until later in the next year, so keep your options open. We're thinking of going to Canada.
Just not in October.
No.
Because I have a wedding in Colorado in October.
Well, we're thinking of going to Canada, so around.
Do I need a passport for Canada?
Maybe.
If you don't have a special state license, yes.
I think Jersey's adopting it, but I don't know when they're doing that.
By the way, I'm going to bust Jerry's cover. He's using that background because he's currently living in a shed right now.
Basically. I'm moving next week, hopefully. But yeah, right now you don't want to see this. Just embrace the hacker man.
He's living in a van down by the river.
Not that bad.
But by the way, yeah, we're thinking about going to Canada. Next time you do this speed running thing, let me know, because I want to come document it. I think that'd be a fun video. All right. So there was a lot of tech news over the week. So that's more of a bigger show tomorrow. This show, we've only had a couple games. Diablo 3 on Switch, which is fucking sick. That was my travel companion. I've also been playing it in the office. Man, it feels so good on the Switch. And I'm pumped that Diablo is coming on our cell phones pretty soon. So I might be the only one excited about a Diablo game on a cell phone.
It's definitely somewhat interesting, but I get why everyone's fucking pissed.
I don't get it. Please explain.
It's because they want 4.
Well, these fucking entitled gamers, dude. You can't always get what you want. You're going to have to wait.
Like 8 years?
4. I want $1 million. And you don't
No, that's why they're mad, is it's been like 8 years, and then the first news they've gotten in 8 years is like It's a phone game now.
I guarantee you, this game will come to the Nintendo Switch, and as a handheld only game.
I mean, I'm pumped on
Possibly.
a mobile Diablo.
But like, I don't know why it would go to Switch. Everything I've seen about it is it's basically a Diablo 3 clone. Like, it's not
what it
that
looks
much
like.
different than Diablo 3. It's even based off of like the same assets. So the Diablo 3 is already on Switch.
It's
Yeah.
probably because
Why
of
would
the
you
quality
port
of life updates that a lot of. So that was what I heard was like a lot of people were going, "This has a lot of the things we want," but like some of the changes and the fact that it's not Diablo 4 and the fact that it's a mobile only title. Like my favorite was the whole thing with the guy, and he's just like, so this isn't coming to PC, and the guy working for a Blizzard just stares him in the face and goes, "What? You don't own a phone?"
Yeah.
I
No,
was dying.
Well, that's the reaction that I had.
Yeah, well, no, it's also one of those, like, I do feel bad for all the people who are working on stage because, like,
I know, man.
they got slaughtered.
Dude, that was the guy that created that guy who didn't create it, but he made Diablo 3 like good. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
That Asian
and it's
dude.
just like getting slaughtered. There was another guy who was copying the WoW red shirt guy. Just goes up in a red shirt nest. Is this an out of month April Fool's joke?
Yeah.
Like,
And I thought that was
oof.
funny. I thought
Oh,
that was
it was
pretty
hilarious.
I can sort of understand because like when you dedicate a game like that to a phone, I mean phones have okay battery life these days, but you're not going to be able to play
Dude,
that
my
long.
phone has a better battery life than the Switch. I can play a game on my
of
phone
course.
10 times longer than I can play a game on a Switch.
Of course you can, but when you're playing a game, you can't multitask on your phone at all.
Sure you can. What do you mean?
When you're playing a game,
Yeah.
your phone becomes dedicated to it.
No, you just swipe up and then you go check your Instagram for 5 minutes and then you swipe back into the game.
Well, yeah, but you can't have it split screen doing both at the same time is what I think he means.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, what console does that other than like PC?
That
Pretty much.
What do you think these people are going to play it on? They're going to play on PC.
No, I understand why. I understand why people were maybe disappointed. And feeling like, damn, we thought we were, because I guess they thought they were at BlizzCon. They were gonna get Diablo 4 announcement. They got a mobile game announcement.
They did. No, they totally did, because for probably about 4-ish months ago, the Diablo team was hinting there's going to be a lot of updates at BlizzCon. And then probably like a month ago, they came out and were like, well, just be ready, because like we have a lot in the work, but we're not going to be able to present everything. So people
Diablo
are hoping
4?
That's kind of still the rumor. So, but that's also why a lot of people did pay money to go out there thinking, hey, they might see Diablo 4.
Yeah.
And instead they just saw the mobile game.
And that was it, right? That was all that BlizzCon announced?
Some minor Overwatch stuff, some minor WoW patches. Like
Well, in terms of like a new game.
I mean, the biggest thing was Warcraft 3 remastered or reforged, whatever they're calling it.
Oh, so is it a remaster?
It's a remaster. Yeah.
Ooh.
Didn't they announce a new Overwatch character too, or was that like before or after?
No, they announced a new Overwatch character, like a new Heroes of the Storm character with new Warcraft patch. Like, I mean, they always announce all of that stuff. That's not big.
I haven't played Overwatch in like what feels like at least 8 months.
It's still like one of the best fucking first-person shooters ever made.
It's good.
It's so fun, man. It's such an easy game to just jump back in and just start ripping.
There's too many games right now that I need to play, and I just like would rather do that than play Overwatch.
I know. I'm almost done with Red Dead. I've slowly been out of Red Dead just because of the trip, and then Diablo 3 on the Switch. Dude, I got that Crusader in there, just ripping shit. Haven't played the Crusader yet, which was awesome.
No, the Crusader's fun.
Yeah,
if you get the right build for it and gear for it, it's hilarious.
I like how he uses like those fucking mace mail things with the ball and chain on it.
Yeah, like the giant flails.
Yeah.
But just do that. Then just go the stupid hammer build. Like the stupid just hammer swinging around you. It's so much fun.
Oh, yeah, I just got that skill.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't seem to do much damage at first.
If you have the right build around it, it's dumb.
Did you get the Ganondorf skin? The Ganondorf skin?
Yeah, they load you up with all types of cosmetics and stuff. It's pretty cool. I turn it all off though because it's distracting to me. On that tiny little screen, it kind of takes up a lot of space. Like the wings, and then you have the fucking pet, and then you have the fucking banner thing that floats behind you. It's just like it takes up like fucking 30% of the screen. But it runs fluid, and that's all I care about. Just a nice little grinding game. And that seems to be what's taking up my Switch time. And I've still been playing Red Dead, and I still hold it today that might be the greatest cinematic game ever released. It's so fucking good. I kind of don't want to finish it because I know I'm never gonna play it after I'm done. But that's okay. I still have to beat Spider-Man. I haven't even beat that one yet.
You'll probably eventually go back to it.
Yeah, maybe if they update some stuff and then the online comes, maybe.
Yeah, because like that was always the thing with Witcher 3, that it was just like, no, you can keep going back. And like the first time I didn't feel like going back, but then I definitely came back.
That's the problem. That's why I still think Witcher 3 is the greatest game ever made, is because the combat is just fun and like it allows you to come back to it. This combat is not that fun, and there's a lot of not that fun things. You know what I mean? I mean, we talked about it. There's a lot of stuff that's not fun, like purposely not fun. So like going back to that and then having to redo the not fun stuff is just not enticing to me. It's just a different type of game. But I'm not the guy that rewatches movies. You know, I don't rewatch any movies. If I've seen a movie, I'm not rewatching it. The only movie I've rewatched was Shaun of the Dead. This is my favorite movie. But that was about it. But yeah, anyways, going back to the Blizzard thing, I just felt like, because I saw the whole thing unveil, I saw it all unfold on Reddit.
This wasn't BlizzCon, this was Activision Con. This is like that first time you really saw, like, no, this really is a merged company with Activision entirely. Whereas just like, this isn't the Blizzard of old. This is like, well, we released a phone game and some minor updates, and we're going to remaster a game from 2000.
I mean, I would have even have said that when Diablo 3 sort of came out.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a departure from kind of what I was used to with Blizzard. You know what I mean?
Entirely, but this is tenfold, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
yeah. It's a lot more blatant.
You've always had at least like one really cool big announcement, and this time it was an Overwatch character, or like Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Or like a mobile game that's going to make them thousands or millions of billions of dollars in China.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of sorry about that. It was kind of like I saw the light come out of some of the guys' their eyes, you know what I mean, when they were talking about this stuff. But then again, like
that's the other thing, they didn't even make the game.
Yeah, it was a port, right? Or not a port, but like a skin or some shit. That's what people were saying.
It was outsourced. Yeah, no, Blizzard didn't even make the game. Yeah. That's when it's just like, wow, how the mighty have fallen, I guess.
Well, that's that's kind of why I want to see how this game plays, because if it plays as good as like a Diablo on a Switch or something, then it just goes to show you maybe that, you know, it's not that difficult to make a grinding game. That's what Diablo is. Diablo 3 is just, it's nothing like Diablo 2 in any sense of the word, in my opinion.
No,
it's such
Path of Exile is more like Diablo 2. Yeah, and that's why I love it.
Path of Exile is definitely like Diablo 3, what Diablo 3 should have been. It's just like a real brutal, just intricate game with just like dark, demonic sort of undertones to it. Diablo 3 is just like, you know, a Disney game. That's kind of how I feel. Just grind away and just constant drops of loot everywhere. But it is fun. It is fun. And then you got Overwatch, which was like, you know, a Team Fortress sort of rip. Easy to, and then they did the whole loot box thing. I mean, I would consider Overwatch the king of the loot box, right? They're basically the ones who created it. So it's kind of like we've seen the writing on the walls for a few years now, and then I guess this was just the icing on the cake to kind of get the rest of the Blizz fans riled up.
WoW's not doing that great. But WoW Classic's getting launched actually next year.
Oh, that was the other thing. Already.
No, it was announced, but everyone was speculating like it might see 2019, but we really doubt it. Most people are expecting 2020, and they're announcing summer 2019.
That's cool. Maybe I'll jump in that when that gets released. Are you gonna play it?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be such a shock to so many people, though. It's so slow.
I have a lot of friends.
I don't think people are ready for that.
I will not touch it.
No, you're not a WoW guy?
I'm not an MMO guy.
Mm.
It never was. It's not my thing. RuneScape was the last one I played.
RuneScape was dope though.
It was either RuneScape or Ragnarok Online.
Dude, that's how I got into PC gaming, or MMOs. I played a ton of them.
Or Maple Story.
Oh man, Maple Story with all the Asians. That's what all the Asians played.
Yep, all the Koreans.
So what Doobie's telling me is he's never played a good one.
No, I never. Well, I played the demo of Final Fantasy 14 for like 10 hours and realized that's not my thing.
That's not an MMO either. Well, in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Because Doobie's like a Nintendo gamer, so he wants to jump in and just start having fun.
I want story. I don't want to pay a monthly fee.
Right. Yeah, that is a big point of it. But with an MMO, it takes you at least 50 hours just to get going. Like not even,
that's why I don't think a lot of people are ready for Classic.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because like it's so slow. Where it's like I think originally my first level 60 character took me probably like 8 months to get to max level. Playing like every day. I was also very young and no one knew what to do, so we'll go faster this time. But like it's slow.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I don't have that much time to get there.
Yeah. I never got
I did back when I played EverQuest and Dark Age of Camelot and stuff like that, but I don't anymore.
I never got into playing with other people that I don't know, and like my schedule never, works with other people's schedules. So if I'm playing a solo player game like MMO, it just seems sad. I would just rather play in a regular RPG.
Well, that was kind of what was cool about Dark Age of Camelot, because you would get in and it was such like it was popular, but not in the sense of like how WoW was. So you would get in, you would kind of start grinding by yourself, and then because of the faction system, you would just automatically kind of make friends that way. And it kind of forced you into having to have these social interactions. And some of my greatest moments have been in MMOs just because, you meet some of the craziest people and, you have these just like hundreds of hours of time together. It's crazy. But I also I completely understand why people would be averse to that. It isn't the traditional type of gameplay experience. But nonetheless, you will be able to get. Are you guys even going to get Diablo Immortal on your phone?
Probably the same way I do with every mobile game. Yeah, I'll play it for like an hour and then delete it from my phone.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there are the people that want to play it on PC, they'll find a way to do the whole like emulate the App Store Android like on their computer.
Go buy an MSI laptop. You get the entire Android game store on it.
There you go. Oh, I wonder if that would work.
That was a selling point for some reason.
Wait, I wonder if it would work on an NVIDIA Shield.
Probably. Yeah, no, that would actually be like perfect Android for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would probably be like absolutely perfect for it. Because then you can still have a controller and you can just sit back and relax.
Yeah. See? Well, the thing is like when I was just kind of like watching this unfold, I was just like, man, people really don't like mobile gaming. And it's not because of the fact that it's a platform. It's just what mobile gaming has turned into. Like the whole like Dragalia Lost by Nintendo. Like I was having a blast playing that game, but it is so blatantly obvious that they're trying to take your money. Like at a certain level, you just boom, you hit this wall, and there's no way you can advance unless you pay money. It's so dumb.
Mobile gaming, especially free to play mobile gaming, really has become synonymous with the word gotcha.
And it's so sad because if you look at games like Minecraft, or you look at games like even fucking like Flappy Bird, right, where you pay $1 and you have the game. These developers made millions and millions and millions of dollars doing that. You know what I mean? And it's because people just had a one-time fee and they got the game. But now it's just like they need to like stretch as much as they can out of each player. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's the thing with like mobile gaming is you get them to pay the $1 fee one time when you can get them to download for free and then pay that one-time fee or the $5 deposit for multiple draws or stamina and then you just keep trickling in all that money. So now it's not making just millions; it's making a lot of millions.
Yeah, but I would argue that a lot of people, as soon as they see that and they get to that point, that's when they stop playing the game. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's a few of those, what they call it, like cows or cash cows or they're whales. That's what they call them. Where they
those are the real people who are paying. Like that's where they're making their money from. They're not making it from the guy who drops $5 in like once a week. They're getting it from the guy who's dropping in $5 a day.
And they're gonna make tons of meeting from whatever it's called, China.
What the hell did I just do? Yeah, no, that's true.
Like tons of it. But at the same time, like that's why I think that community took it so badly or poorly. Is like you're talking about a community where there's still probably as many people playing Diablo 2 still that are going to download that game in the US and actually play it. And that game's 23, 24 years old now, or at least 20. So like, no, they wanted Diablo 4 because they're the fans who are gonna be like, no, I'm gonna put 5,000 hours in this game, easy, and they're not gonna do that with a mobile game, probably.
Yeah,
the phone's not even gonna last that long, let alone the mobile game.
No, I haven't even really watched any of the gameplay footage, other than like that little trailer that they had.
I mean, it looks like you put Diablo 3 on a phone.
Yeah, but I want to know if they are gonna have those kind of microtransaction stamina things. Because then I probably wouldn't get it. Because as soon as you get to that point, it's they suck it out at you. Like it's so obvious that it's just like you need to pay this to and continue paying to play this stupid fucking game. And at that point, it's just like, just let me spend. I would spend like $30 max on a good mobile game if that was just a one-time payment. You know what I mean? And no problem with that. And I'm sure you would get just as much money out of me and make just as much money to the people who would buy it one time as opposed to just sucking dry like 10 people, you know?
So now we've seen Diablo and Command & Conquer go to mobile.
Mm-hmm.
This is it, man. This is it.
Now, I'm not too mad at the mobile platform. I just don't like how they do it. I don't like that microtransaction sort of state. No one does. I don't think anyone does. It's kind of crazy.
That's why people get mad at console gaming when, like, before a game's even released, the first question a lot of people ask, will there be microtransactions in this game?
Yeah.
That's the first question people ask, because if it does, I mean, hey, look at Battlefield, look at the Star Wars Battlefront.
And it's like cosmetics do cosmetics. People buy them.
Yeah.
You can make so much money just doing that, and you won't piss your fan base off.
No one cares about optional transactions. I
think we're just in a weird phase where gaming is trying to figure out how to capitalize on this industry. And once these old CEOs kind of understand, like, oh, this isn't a sustainable way to do things, then I think it'll switch over to something that's more consumer friendly.
That's a lot of tech right now. That's a lot of computing, basically, and games definitely falls in that category of, I mean, we're seeing more things like the iPad becoming more of the future, and it's people figuring out everyone's just putting their old stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's being useless. So it's the same thing with gaming, where it's like, oh, we've done this model for 5 or 10 years now, let's just do this. Yeah. And even though it doesn't work,
I mean, it's the games as a service model versus, the multiple years of development for a one-time purchase. Maybe it has DLC.
Yeah, and it's like Steam Greenlight. Just, that's every mobile game is Steam Greenlight.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, the price of games is currently about $60 for a new game. Depending on special editions, they'll be higher, but like just regular games are usually $60. When is that going to eventually rise up to 70 or 80?
Oh, I would say by next year.
I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't already happened.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Games have cost more than $60 for a long time.
Yeah, and there's a point where it's like, what is too much for a game? Like our developers are going to start to scale back because just consumers aren't paying that money. That's like, look at how many years went into Red Dead 2 and it dropped for $60. this is a Rockstar game too, so they know they're gonna sell a lot. But if you're a smaller developer and you spend 5 to 8 years on a game, and you don't have that recognition, you don't have that namesake, it's a scary thing to kind of jump in it and just say, I hope you buy our game for the $30, the cheapest price, the cheapest price we possibly can put it without going bankrupt.
Granted, a lot of these games now have DLC where it's usually $25 to $30 extra. So if you really want the full game, you are more than likely probably playing $85 to $90.
And I really don't even mind that if it's good. Like Spider-Man, I have no problem buying the DLC.
I'm gonna recommend to you. Did you play the DLC yet?
Mm-mm.
No, you haven't beaten the game yet.
I haven't even beaten it yet. No.
I'm gonna say save the DLC to all 3 are released, and that way you almost have like an entire second half of a game.
All right, that's kind of what I was planning on doing anyway.
Yeah, instead of having 3 6-hour sessions, you'll have another 18 or 20 hours.
Yeah, that sounds way more fun actually. When was the next one get released? Do you know?
November 20th, I believe, got leaked.
And that's the last one?
No, that's the second one. The last one will be in December.
So maybe I'll get the first 2 and then get the last one in December. Or I could wait till December and play all 3 on Christmas.
Yeah, because you're going to be playing Red Dead for a while.
Plus, they'll probably do some weird Christmas bundle of buy all 3 DLCs for $5 off or something.
Yeah, true.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do a special bundle of game and DLC all included for Christmas time.
Yeah,
that just makes sense, on Black Friday or something.
Plus, it would make sense for them to push it that way because they want to do sales. Because Spider-Man's going to be a huge seller this Black Friday. Because every Black Friday deal I've seen, either if it's a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox, it comes with Spider-Man. So you want to break that in.
The Xbox ain't coming with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation. Right. No, but yeah, every PlayStation 4, every Target, Best Buy, Walmart, all of them are $200 PlayStation 4 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
supposedly they just released
DLC money.
Supposedly they just released a new PlayStation, a new console that's quieter. It's whatever new PlayStation that you buy now, it's now this new quieter PlayStation, which I think is pretty cool.
Just put an Actua fan on it.
And the Switch is doing all the bundles for all the games they have, and Smash comes out 2 weeks after Black Friday.
I know, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for Smash, dude. Oh, I can't wait.
I didn't even put that in our news, only because if you haven't seen it by now,
December 7th, right?
December 7th. And then I believe Piranha Plant character is in January.
What? They're just releasing one character in January?
Well, he's the free character that you get for buying the game early.
Oh, okay.
That you don't get till January.
He's free, and you can claim him for free up until January 31st, I think.
I can't wait for this game, but I'm also so nervous. I want it to be so good, but I just have so many doubts about this game.
Story mode, I like the story mode. The story mode looked dope. I like it.
Yeah, but I don't like playing Smash by myself. I like playing it online against people.
Hey, now that you can play online and you can set it up for a weird amount of rules and no more mode.
Yeah, but hopefully I can actually play it online. Yeah. I'm nervous.
They did say in the direct that you should probably go out and buy the LAN adapter.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah, they said that.
Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare.
They couldn't include a LAN, they couldn't include a LAN port anywhere on the damn dock or whatever. So you can buy the USB LAN one that they had for the Wii U, and it's still compatible.
Dude, what do you think? What do you think the Smash community would say if they released Smash on a phone? If this was the Smash that they released, but it was on a phone.
Well, one, they'd ask immediately, can it support GameCube controller? And two,
and yes, it could. What if it could?
They would follow up with that with pointing out towards Nintendo's online app, which is hot garbage.
Yeah.
Nintendo and online just don't mix, so they would hate it.
I just want a fucking Switch phone. That's all I want. And I don't want an ROG Asus ROG phone. I do want one, but I don't want
Republic of Gamers.
I just want like Joy-Cons that I can put on my iPhone. All right, that's
Here's
all
what
I
you do.
fucking
On the
want.
back of your phone, you super glue a phone on the back of your Switch. You super glue your phone to it, so you can turn it around and go, "Hi, how you doing?" As you hold it to your head.
Well, you also put a battery pack in between the two.
Well, I want ARM. I just want it on an ARM chip. You know what I mean? So I can have it just like
It's
always
on an
online.
ARM chip.
Well, I want it always on like my LTE service.
All
So
right, so you're gonna super glue. You're gonna super glue a power pack, like an external power bank, to the back of your Switch, and then on top of that, you're gonna super glue a phone.
Going back 20 years, I like it.
Yeah.
Just give me the fucking iPhone Joy-Con. Make them white.
Hey.
I'll spend.
Hey, you can now watch YouTube on your Switch.
All right. Yeah, finally.
That's something a phone does.
So we had
on a smaller screen.
So we had
your Switch has.
XO18. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna fucking break this goddamn computer. We got XO18, which is, I guess, Xbox's sort of, what's it? What is it?
Who cares?
What's it called? Why do they call it XO18?
They're like direct PlayStation experience? I don't know.
Yeah, and they pretty much didn't really say much of anything. They kind of really pushed Game Pass. You can get the Xbox One X at $400, which is $100 off the normal price on Black Friday. Gamers can also get their first month of Xbox Game Pass for $1, as well as their first month of Xbox Live Gold, which is required for online multiplayer, for $1 as well. Titles like Forza Horizon 4, CFDs, State of Decay 2, and a selection of others will also be going on sale while the shopping season gets underway.
Yeah. So we got like a combined Metacritic score of 60 between all three.
Well, Forza always does really well.
It's
the other games that drop it down.
Well, I mean, okay, here's everything you need to know about this. Microsoft announced that Minecraft surpassed 91 million monthly players recently.
Is that Minecraft only on Xbox, or is that Minecraft on Xbox, PC, and Switch?
It's on everything except PlayStation, I think.
Who knows? But I think they're talking about Xbox. But there you go. All 91 people who bought an Xbox are only playing Minecraft because that's all there is to play.
Yeah, there's I got Red Dead for Xbox, and from what I've seen, it's the only one that plays at native 4K. So that's a good sign. It's a good sign that they're utilizing the power of the Xbox. But we'll see, because the new PlayStation console is coming around the corner. Let's see how that dethrones it. Then there's Devil May Cry 5 that they talked about, Jump Force. Kingdom Hearts 3 was showcased. Then they showed mouse and keyboard support, which I think is pretty
for DayZ.
Yeah. Well, they say you can use it on Fortnite, Bomber Crew, Deep Rock. I don't know, a bunch of games that don't really matter. DayZ. I don't see PUBG on that list. Maybe it's just not ready yet. Who knows?
Vermintide 2 would be good with it. Because Vermintide 2 is a good game.
I'm really just more, curious about how that support will be for future games.
Yeah.
That's
really, entirely.
There's really no previous games that are worth even buying on Xbox.
Game Pass is a good deal, though.
It is. It's a great deal.
You get to play DayZ is to your heart's content.
It's a great game. It's a great deal, especially. I mean, what was on it? Because I was thinking about getting some of the other ones on there recently because I haven't played them yet.
I'm wondering when are we gonna start seeing some of the stuff from the studios they announced that they signed?
I would assume
probably a while, but also rest in peace. Rest in peace. Any good Fallout game, Microsoft bought Obsidian.
Yeah, I saw that. They made New Vegas, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I can't fault Microsoft for buying these studios though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're
I can't either, but I told you they weren't buying Steam. they're buying Obsidian.
I don't see Microsoft doing anything too crazy with Obsidian. I think they're just using them just for the exclusive support. You know what I mean?
That, or they're just going to let it die in a couple of years like they do with half their things.
Give them the EA treatment, buy and die.
Yep.
That's the
we still got Mixer somehow.
Mixer, the Twitch thing.
Yeah.
So you can get the Wolfenstein New Order, Forza, Rocket League, Metro, Hitman, Doom. That's about it.
I mean, like they do have a lot of good games, but not like 10 out of 10 games. That's the issue.
The problem is they're all on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I say there's no exclusives.
It's just all on PlayStation.
That's my main gripe with Microsoft. If they had exclusives that were quality, then I would give them the props they deserve, but they don't.
Well, like when you get like a Red Dead, I'm gonna get it on Xbox. You know, like when Battlefield comes out, I'm probably gonna get that on PC. Like whatever the most powerful system that comes out on it is probably where I'm gonna get it.
I mean, if Red Dead comes to PC, I'm gonna buy it.
Right. Like, that's the thing with the Xbox. It's like it's in such a weird area.
Their current featured is Late Shift, Doom, the original Doom, or like the original re-release, The Hunter, Call of the Wild, Rocket League.
I almost bought that.
Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure, Human Fall Flat, which is great, Sniper Elite 4, which is great.
They're bargain bin games.
They're all, great. Ali X2, Rise and Shine, Sheltered, Dead Island, because that's still a series, I guess.
Dude, Dead Island's sick.
The original Outlast.
Never played
Sinner, Sacrifice for Redemption, Hello Neighbor. Okay, this is the featured. This is like what's supposed to entice you.
That's not good.
That's what I said. There was only like 3 that I would actually consider.
And I can't fault Microsoft though for moving their games to PC as well, because they're not making their money on the systems. They're making money on software. And if they can maximize software sales,
they're not making any money.
Not right now.
They're just living off that old Microsoft boom in the 90s. And I guess the 360 and I guess the 360 boom.
Right, they're making tons of money with really shitty Office products at Microsoft Azure.
Yeah, they're making money on cloud services.
Cloud services, but anything else they don't give a shit about.
Yeah, and it kind of shows because, well, I will admit, like they were just in a tough bind because Sony's just done so well in tech altogether in the last 5 years. Like what Sony has been able to accomplish in the last 5 years is unbelievable. I don't think people will give them enough credit. Like they just dominate the audio market. They dominate the fucking home theater market. They dominate the fucking pro photography market. They dominate the fucking gaming market. They dominate the movie and entertainment market. They have an entire entertainment wing that produces movies.
They also cut things off when they fail.
Because they just have so much money.
Yeah,
they don't care when things fail.
They're not still making Vio laptops and Xperia phones. You know what I mean?
They are.
Like, no, they're not.
Didn't they just release a phone?
Like, I mean, they're not competing like flagship or anything like that. They're just like, oh yeah, here's a $200 phone.
It was pretty expensive, this stupid phone that they released. But they
stopped it. They stopped it for a long time.
No, they keep releasing dumbass shit. It's just because they have so much fucking money.
You said they don't have the whatever. Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, but I mean, they'll usually cut things off eventually when they need to. Or or if they don't cut it off, they'll actually move it to a market where it's selling.
Well,
it's like Sony's still probably selling phone-wise. They're still selling well in Japan, maybe, but like they're not. You never see them in the U.S. anymore because no one bought them.
No, but they don't. It's just that they have so much. They have so much infrastructure and so much money that it's like, let's just have a phone. You know what I mean? We can afford it, so let's just have a phone. And like when it comes to like photography, they've been doing it for a while, and they were like, let's just do a really good camera. We have the money, we know how to do it. We have the best engineers in the game. Let's just do a good camera. And then consumers buy, and they're like, yeah, this is pretty good, but it's not quite there yet. This is what it needs, and they go, oh, okay, that's free, R&D. Give them what they want. Put all of the features in the phone in the cheapest form possible. Boom, here's your camera. And it becomes the best selling thing ever. Same with the PlayStation. They're like, oh, you want these titles, you want these exclusives, you want great single player experiences, just buy all of them then. Put them all exclusives because they have that power. And when you're Microsoft, you would expect them to kind of be able to, because it's Microsoft, it's a big company, you expect them to kind of compete, but they just don't have the wherewithal like Sony does. And I would say Sony in terms of tech is one of one of the leaders. They just do so much in every area, and they do it so well. You want the best TV in the game, you buy Sony. You buy one of the Bravia series. You want the best home theater systems, you look at Sony. You want the best console, you look at Sony. It's crazy.
They used to always make tons of weird shit too, and would actually learn from it.
Right.
Because they haven't always been the best like they are now. They used to, just make weird fucking appliances, or like, just like, here, we're gonna make a microwave with a TV in it, basically, like just stupid dumb shit.
Well, I think
they've actually learned from it.
I think they were kind of just like, let's just have Samsung do that thing.
Yeah.
Samsung does all that now.
But Samsung's not learning from it the way like Sony apparently learned from their failures.
No. Well, that's the thing with Sony. They listen to their consumers. They really do. They might not have any support. If something breaks, you're kind of fucked. But at least it was cheap. They're usually one of the cheapest companies to go for. You always get a good value
Except
with
for
Sony.
the series.
Yeah, you can get a good value Sony TV.
You can get value Sony, but if you want to like the real Bravia, like we were talking about,
yeah, no, you're spending good money. All right. So, anyways, yeah, the Xbox event was kind of a fucking flop. What's his name? Phil Schiller. He needs to really hurry up with these exclusives, and he really needs to start pushing the power of the console, because that's what sells it for me, and I'm sure a lot of other console players.
Well, it's that, but it's like he needs to realize no one really actually cares about Gears of War and Halo anymore.
Yeah, that too.
Like that's really what it comes down to, because they're still trying to live and die off of that.
Yep.
And it's like, sure, people like there's people who do care, but like, I mean, it's like how WoW's still a thing. Like, people care that much, really? No. That's your main moneymaker? Fucking up then.
Well, that's the exact thing. Like, that's why it's like so apparent that Microsoft is trying to make money with these products. You know what I mean? Because they're doing stuff like they're trying to milk these things. Like, just spend the money and take a risk and get Spider-Man. You know what I mean? However, if Spider-Man was only on Xbox, I guarantee you a lot of people would think about buying an Xbox. Because there's a lot of people that are just like, you bring up Xbox now, they're just like, I would never get that. But if Spider-Man was on there,
Red Dead, like something that big, like go to Rockstar and be like, make me an exclusive game.
Yep.
Like we'll pay so much for it.
We'll pay whatever your price is,
because we'll make it back. That's what they need to do, but they're not.
But they're not, because they want to make as much money as possible. It's just like, cut your losses here. You spend some money. If you're not going to do it all the way, you're going to get fucked. All right, now on the Battlefield 5 is oh my God, I keep doing this. Battlefield 5 has sort of been released. I want you guys to see this release schedule.
So has Fallout 76, which was weird.
Yeah, well, this is some crazy shit.
The whole game.
Yeah, they're just rolling with it.
And then they had the thing with the demo that deleted your entire, like, all your files. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It deleted your game. It didn't delete your computer.
No, it didn't delete your computer. It just deleted your game.
Yeah, no. Once you finished, that was an early bug with their launcher. That like as soon as you were done downloading the game, it just deleted it and you had to re-download it.
This is so good.
After it takes like 10 hours to download.
Yeah.
It's like,
never
we're gonna delete it.
Never trust a Bethesda product at launch ever.
No.
True. Well, all right. So Battlefield 5 has been sort of released. So this is the release schedule that they decided was a good idea. So on PC, on November 9th, if you have the Origin Access Premier package, you could play it. You could also have the Origin Access Basic package to play it on November 9th, but you only get a 10-hour trial on November 9th. If you have Xbox One, you have a 10-hour trial if you have the EA Access plan. So November 9th, you could play it for 10 hours if you have the basic plan for Origin Access on PC or the EA Access plan on Xbox One. But if you have the Premier Access plan, you get the full game. You get to play the full game first. Then, if you bought the Deluxe Edition, pre-order the Deluxe Edition, you could play it on Xbox, PC, and PS4 on November 15th. And if you bought the Standard Edition, pre-order the Standard Edition on PC, Xbox One, and PS4, well, then you could play it on November 20th. So Why? Why would they do such
Stop
a
trying to make
thing?
Origin a fucking thing.
Because
Jesus.
EA sucks.
Why? It makes no sense.
If you know it's good for you, you don't have Origin installed, and you should never have Origin ever installed.
Just to give you a heads up, just so everyone's still aware, Madden's still $60 on the PC. It's EA.
So players on Windows, PC, or Xbox who subscribe to EA services get the game before anyone else. With Origin Access Premier, subscribers get limited access today on PC. The basic trial members, blah blah blah. So if you purchased the $80 deluxe edition, you have to wait till the 15th to play it.
But if you have their like $20 a month subscription plan, you can play it.
Yeah. So kind of, hey man. Hey.
Or however much the premiere costs, because it's not cheap.
Yeah, it's like fucking, I don't know actually. Let's see how much Origin Access.
I think it was like $15 a month.
That's what I thought. But I think don't you have to buy the game too though?
Depends on the game. If it's Battlefield 5, I don't think you have to buy it.
So that's not too bad of a service if you like EA games.
If you play more than one EA game, yeah. If you're just playing Battlefield 5, just buy it.
I do. I'm definitely gonna get Battlefield. I do play Madden. I played Battlefront. So I am one of the weird consumers who do enjoy the EA titles when they are released, and that's not too bad of a deal. It's just so stupid how they would do this sort of just like tiered release schedule.
$15 a month or $100 a year. So I guess by the yearly, because that makes it a lot better.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Well, the thing that's weird is Basic's $30 a year.
Yeah, but you don't get the early release. That's the thing. You only get the 10-hour trial and release.
I mean, is playing Battlefield 5 for an extra 10 hours worth it? Worth $70 to you?
Well, I would figure
just for early access. You're paying $70 just for extra early access at that point.
Oh, right. Because the basic, you still get the game. You don't have to buy the game, right?
Yeah, there's only 6 games that aren't included in basic versus Premier. Okay. So I guess it would also depend on what those games are.
Right.
But like, that's a huge difference between the two.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a hard sell for me still. I'll just wait. I'm not a very impatient person.
So, I mean, you still get to play Madden, you still get to play FIFA, you still get to play Battlefield 5 and all of them. You would still get to play Anthem eventually. Like with Basic, you'd still get to play all of them. So it depends on how much.
So you could drop $30 right now and you have access to all the titles that get released.
Mostly, yeah.
Wow. That's actually, come on. That's a pretty
good deal. That's not bad, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure you still get to download it with Basic, because I'm trying to...
Well, I was ready to rip into them, but now I'm thinking, like, that's not a bad deal at all.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna get Battlefield. That's $60 right there. There it is. It pays for itself already.
I mean, unless you have to have Premiere.
What, to get the game?
Like, I'm so confused by their website.
All right, let me look it up. Let's look this up. Origin PC video game subscription. All right. No, I don't want Premiere. Okay, don't give me the Premiere.
Because I think it's trying to say you have to have Premiere for FIFA, Madden, Battlefield 5, Anthem, Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I can't tell.
No, you get. If you have the basic plan, you get Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, blah, 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 blah.
And you don't get extra content.
Yeah, I don't understand how this works.
So I don't think you get... I think that extra money gives you DLCs, too. But yeah, no, their site's like terrible at explaining the difference between basic and Premiere.
Yeah, I don't understand how this works. Oh, I think the Premiere is what gets you the games. because this is extra content.
Okay, no, Battlefield 5 is exclusive to Premier to play.
Yeah, and I would assume the other ones would be too, because that would make no sense if they were to charge you $30 a year.
$30 gets you all of the ones that didn't sell well.
Yeah, well, it gets you all of the previous titles too.
Right.
So you're still getting like Battlefield 1.
Okay,
Titanfall.
So Battlefield 5, FIFA 19, Madden 19, Anthem, Sims 4 Deluxe, blah blah blah, A Way Out, Battlefront 2, and Unravel 2 are Premier exclusives.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I see.
Those all sound like fantastic titles.
I mean, that's like the only thing worth playing from EA.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like I'm gonna get Madden, I'm gonna get Battlefield, I'm probably gonna get Anthem. So for $100 and I get to play it early, that's not a bad deal for myself. Plus $100.
If you're gonna play all of those games, so it could be totally worth it.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to eat that cost up front. You know, just drop the 100 bones up front, and I already have all that. Then, you know, I'm taking a little bit of a risk. Those games could suck ass, but I'm gonna buy them anyway. You know, especially with the show that we do. So shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that if you're going to buy at least 2 of those at release date for $60, then it's worth it.
But then
obviously.
you think like, why don't you like add a plan that adds in the Premiere thing when you do a pre-order? You know what I mean? Like, why wait? Why people who pay $80 have to wait till the 15th to play, when everyone who gets like, you know, a $5 a month fucking service can play it immediately? I don't know, it's weird.
Because EA Mobile Gaming.
All right. Game Awards 2018 Game of the Year nominees revealed. All right, before anyone looks at them, I see him now. Doobie, take a guess. Have you seen him yet?
I saw Game of the Year.
Have you seen the list?
Yeah, for Game of the Year. I saw the list.
Well, wait,
it's gonna be Red Dead.
Have you seen the list, Jerry?
No, I haven't seen the list. I'm guessing Red Dead, and then since it's coming from my Nintendo news, it's gonna be Splatoon.
No.
Was there even a Nintendo title on there?
No, there's no Nintendo
I'm guessing.
titles. Yes, there is. There
Red
is one
Dead,
Nintendo title, but it's not exclusive.
I'm guessing at least if it's 4. How many is there?
There's
4, 5,
6.
6.
Oh, is it 6? Okay.
If there's 6, I'm guessing 4 of them are Sony exclusives.
All right, which ones?
Spider-Man, Red Dead, God of War.
Red Dead's not an exclusive though.
Oh, true. It just feels like it to me.
But you're right. You got Red Dead, Spider-Man, God of War. There's 3 more. Can you name them? These are tough. I'll give you a hint. Loco Mojo.
Monster Hunter World.
Yeah. And then Celeste.
That's an interesting choice.
Then Celeste, and then Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Celeste is the indie darling. Like, it's not going to win.
Yeah. And then, like, Assassin's Creed, really.
Well, I hear this one's
I've
awesome.
heard it's really good, and it's actually probably one of the first Assassin's Creed.
But is it Red Dead, Spider-Man good?
Exactly.
Those are your top 3. Probably Red Dead. Let's be honest here.
I would probably rather give it to Fortnite than like.
I bet you God of War wins it.
Assassin's Creed.
In my opinion, God of War should win. I think Red Dead wins, and if I had to rank the orders, it would be Red Dead, God of War, then Spider-Man.
No, I think God of War wins it easily. It's more of a.
I love God of War. Such a good game.
Yeah, it's just a better game, I guess. Like game. Like if it was cinematic game of the year, then I would give it to Red Dead. But game of the year, it's going to God of War. I bet you many more people. Like I told you, that those weird areas that make it not fun are going to stick out in people's minds when they think about, rating that game, especially up against God of War, which is almost a perfect game.
You remember that, like Red Dead 2 didn't take the Red Dead formula and completely change it. Where God of War went, hey, remember the 3 games we had before? Well, this game is nothing like those in gameplay.
And the story was so good.
Oh yeah, and the story.
But I can also see Red Dead either winning it or not, because also if you start going down it, it's like, okay, Red Dead's nominated for Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Score, Music, Best Audio Design.
Yeah.
Not best performance. No, best performance.
Who? Arthur Morgan, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
I would give it to Dutch Vanderland, but Arthur was pretty good, I guess.
I mean, God of War is also best game direction, best narrative.
No, it's gonna be God of War versus Red Dead this year for sure.
Best music score. It's literally against Red Dead in every category.
Yeah, no, like it's gonna come. It's gonna be it's gonna be those two for everything. Because going through the first 10, I think each of them have like 8.
And best ongoing game, if Fortnite wins over Rainbow Six Siege, I'm gonna fucking flip my lid.
It's probably gonna win.
Dude, best ongoing game has to go to Siege, man. Come on, they've been doing it so well.
I like how No Man's Sky is listed.
That's awesome. Good for them.
That ain't jack shit.
Best game direction, I think you got to go with Red Dead with that one over God of War. But best narrative,
I think Detroit
God of War
out there too, though.
Really good.
I think Detroit Become Human could be thrown into that mix.
No,
for just their like idea of it.
I think Spider-Man's narrative might have a chance.
I don't want Detroit winning anything, to be honest. No, I don't think so.
I think Spider-Man does have a chance for best narrative because it, like, I don't want to say the whole feels like playing Spider-Man, but it really felt like a movie, but like better than anything they had done previous to Homecoming. Homecoming was really good.
I mean, I would like to see more different titles, like most fun game.
I think
never do like these are always so weird.
This is totally a Doobie question. Doobie, would you say that this year's best art direction was Octopath Traveler?
I would.
You would?
I loved it. I love the art direction of that game. I absolutely love sprite work.
Over God of War?
I love. That's the thing is I really liked God of War's art direction also because I'm huge into Norse mythology.
Yeah,
it's my favorite mythos.
Yeah,
it's really hard between the two, but for me, I think the sprite work of Octopath just barely nudges out Norse mythology.
I know, but God of War did it so perfectly.
Dude, the world.
But I haven't played Octopath. I haven't played Octopath, so I don't know. I can't judge that.
Dead Cells is up there for best independent game.
Oh, for sure, has to win that. That game's
Celeste. It's gonna be Celeste or Dead Cells.
It's gonna be Celeste. It's gonna be Celeste. Celeste was just a juggernaut in the independents, like in the indie scene.
Now let's get into the real meat of this whole entire award show.
Red Dead will easily win music.
Best mobile game.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me look.
I know Wayne's.
It's gonna be Donut County.
Donut County, exactly what I was thinking.
Oh man, that's a tough one against against
Fortnite.
Yeah, but it's against PUBG, dude. PUBG is so dope on mobile.
Donut County.
You book it right now.
Have you played Donut County?
Donut County wins.
Have you guys?
I have no fucking idea what half of these games are, dude.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, you guys don't even know what Donut County is?
No.
Oh,
I remember seeing a trailer for it a long time ago.
It's like Katamari Damacy, except like you're a big hole.
Oh, that's like perfect for mobile then.
That doesn't sound awful. I love Katamari.
Yeah. Dude, there's a lot of good mobile games, you fuckers. I'm telling you.
Oh no, I know. It's just funny. It's more fun to make fun of you.
I know. I would have to give Dead Cells best independent game. That game's way better than Celeste. Celeste sucks.
Ooh. So
now, best action game though. That's so weird to me.
Look at how they spelled. Look at how they spelled Black Ops 4.
I know this is such a terrible list. Mega Man 11, Far Cry 5, Destiny 2, Dead Cells, COD, fucking Black Ops 4.
How is Red Dead and God of War not an action game?
It's gonna be Call of Duty in that one. And then the next thing is action adventure.
Oh, that's what they are, action adventure. Okay, I see.
Because that's got 4 of the 6 game of the years in that category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including Tomb Raider, anything, just no.
I do not envy the judges in this year. This is a tough year, man.
Best RPG.
Best family game. Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Starlink Battle for Atlas, Super Mario Party. They might as well name this category Best Nintendo Game.
Yeah.
They might as well name it just getting Aces off the list because it fucking doesn't work anymore. No one's playing it.
It'll be Super Mario Party.
Or Labo. I can see Labo making a run for it, to be honest.
Maybe.
Who the hell's played a Labo? I haven't played a Labo.
People with kids, I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people with kids.
Dude, best fighting game, Doobie.
Like a lot of,
That's easy. That's easy. Dragon Ball FighterZ is the best fighting game
against Soul Calibur though.
Street Fighter, BlazBlue.
No, you have to play Soul Calibur, dude. I
think Dragon Ball.
I think Dragon Ball just has the popularity.
It has the popularity, and
is it more popular than Soul Calibur?
Probably because it came out in January.
That's very true. It's had the full year.
It is, but Soul Calibur has the name recognition.
It does, but like fighting games are definitely helped by longevity.
I was gonna say that's the thing though. Soul Calibur. See, that's the thing. Soul Calibur had like maybe a few players who play Tekken and Street Fighter also play Soul Calibur. Dragon Ball FighterZ was the game that came out and everyone was like, I play Tekken, but I also play Dragon Ball. I play Soul Calibur, but I also play Dragon Ball. I play Smash, but I also play Dragon Ball.
Did you get it on the Switch?
I didn't know. Dragon Ball? No.
Well, I want to play it. I don't know if I want to get it on the Switch or on my... Because if I get it on my PlayStation, I won't play it. There's so many.
I got on my PlayStation, but that's... I'm also like not trying to be super casual. Sure. If it's casual, I don't see anything wrong with the Switch version.
Best strategy game. This was Jerry's. This is Jerry's.
Between the Banner Saga 3, which is pretty damn good, BattleTech, it's all right. Frostpunk, Into the Breach, Valkyria Chronicles 4.
C4, man.
Straight up,
Valkyria Chronicles franchise.
Most of these are pretty good. I'm honestly going to give it to Frostpunk. I love that game.
That's what I figured you're raving about it.
No, like it's such a different take on like those kinds of strategy management games that I love it. But also it had its issues when it first released, but they did a really good job of patching every like issue it's had and putting out a decent amount of free DLC of just adding like extra game modes and maps and things like that. I wish it was longer, but that was just a really cool new take where most of these were better versions of the old. So I would give it to that.
Best sports, I gotta give it to Mario Tennis Aces. It was easily the most fun sports game that came out this year. Madden is always good, but they need to fix a lot of stuff. Horizon, I just started playing. I mean, and the other ones, FIFA and Evo are always the same, so I don't know. It's kind of
best multiplayer game. That's gonna be either COD or Fortnite. Let's be honest, it's not gonna be Sea of fucking Thieves.
It's not Sea of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sea.
I would give it to COD.
Not gonna be Monster Hunter.
I fucking hate Fortnite, but
it's gonna be COD or Fortnite. Destiny 2 apparently having a rebirth, but it's like fuck.
I'm surprised Fortnite's not Game of the Year contender.
Came out last year technically, I think.
I for some reason thought it's been around for like 5 years, but I guess it just feels like that.
I mean, I think some of these don't matter when they came out necessarily because Overwatch was up there in best ongoing game.
Well, yeah, but ongoing game definitely doesn't matter. The point of that is longevity. Yeah, like ongoing game used to be like the thing of like WoW wins every year.
Best debut game. I need to play The Messenger out here. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard The Messenger is good, but there's some problems with it. But it's definitely a game that I need to check out.
Best esports game, probably going to go to Fortnite.
It should go to COD. Dude, Fortnite's so terrible at esports.
As long as it doesn't go to League, I'm fine. Fuck League.
I'd be okay with League over fucking Fortnite. And I hate Riot.
Best esports player. Who does that go to? I have no idea.
I
know Sonic Fox.
I'm calling it now. It's going to Sonic Fox.
No.
He's gonna get up on that stage and his furry outfit. Fox. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, and he's also a piece of shit.
Well, he's also the most widely known, so I think that's the only reason why he'll win.
Nah, I think it depends. It's gonna either be Sonic Fox or it's gonna be Uzi or it's gonna be Simple. Because Uzi's gonna have if Uzi does it right, I could totally see that because he's a Chinese superstar League of Legends player. If just that gets spread on like 3 Chinese websites, he's gonna win. Like, you know what I mean?
But these are judged. These aren't like people.
Oh yeah, it's judged. That's true. Well,
that one says presented.
Is Sonic Fox the hands down best player then, if it's judged?
Sonic Fox is very good in a lot of games, and then Dragon Ball being super popular. He won Evo as well.
Okay, because like that's what I'm more asking. Because like for like some of these other names on this list, like example, Simple is unquestionably the best CS:GO player. Like it's not even close. Same like Uzi, you can make an argument, but he's still probably the best. Like a lot of these names on this list are like, no, there is no one better in their game than them.
And that's the thing with Sonic Fox is like he might not be the unanimous best, but he is like top 3 in a couple games, which really helps his case out there.
How many more years do you think he has before his hands go brittle?
That's a good question.
I mean, he was having problems, wasn't he, this year?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he was having problems with his hands, but I mean, like, look at Mewtwo King from the Smash scene. He's been having problems with his hands for a while now.
Dude, I have problems with my hands. All I do is type.
He's gotten better, but like, because he went and saw the doctor finally. But he spent a couple of years just like not going to see the doctor about his hands.
You gotta get that surgery.
And they're giving him problems, and you're sitting there and you're playing tournament after tournament, practice.
No,
that kind of repetitive motion is going to give you problems.
Yeah,
you're every esports player's got like massive RSI.
Yeah.
If they're not taking care of it. That is something I do worry about fighting games community mostly. Just because
your hand is fucked like in a weird position on those controls too.
It's that, but like I mean, and I feel like that way about a lot of esports that aren't as large as say like Dota, League, CS:GO, etc. Because you like those games, the teams eventually do get like a doctor for you, like they force a doctor on you, and like the way how fighting games is a lot more individual. Like that does make me worry for them sometimes. Where like it's like your team, you're not like living in a team house with a doctor coming to see you every week. You know what I mean?
Content Creator of the Year: Dr. Lupo, Myth, Ninja, Pokimane, Willy Rex. I only heard of Ninja.
I know Dr. Lupo, and I've never seen Dr. Lupo at all, but I mean, I'm in a couple of sports discords for Detroit teams, and like there's a couple of people in there who like the only video game they know exists is Fortnite. The only thing they play is Fortnite, but they barely understand Twitch and video game culture at all. But they'll go on there and still watch Dr. Lupo like every fucking night. So like he's doing something to get people in, I guess.
Is he gonna be?
It's gonna be Ninja.
It's gonna be Ninja. Yeah. But I was just surprised to hear him on the list because like he's someone I've been hearing about lately that I've never seen. But it's just like, okay, you're getting like a 31-year-old dude who hates video games and hasn't owned a console in probably 10 years to watch you every night. So you're doing something, I guess.
Yeah. And last, favorite moment of 2017. Carol Shaw Industry Icon Game Award Orchestra, Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Joseph Fares, A Way Out. Remember that guy? And then Legend of Zelda winning last year's Game of the Year.
I feel like it's going to be Joseph Fares for the meme.
I hope so. I mean, what kind of award is this? This is so stupid.
This is a really dumb award. Yeah.
It's a dumb award. It's you know what? This encapsulates all of what the Game Award show is.
That your favorite moment of an award show could be last year's game winner. Like that's a thing on this list.
It's what was your favorite moment from last year? Why don't you ask us that like, the day after the show instead of the year? Do you even remember any of this shit? I don't remember any of it except for Joseph Fares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was funny.
Also, best esports moment, C9 comeback.
If Sonic Fox side switch wins, fuck that, because that was a scummy move. It was then and it still is.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck that, dude. C9 comeback, win triple overtime versus FaZe at E-League Major. That was insane, dude. No, that was NA's first ever win, and it was on NA soil. It was a full best of 3 that went into triple overtime of like an underdog versus by far the de facto best team in the world.
Yeah, that was the only esports thing I've seen this year.
That sounds like a literal best esports moment. Yeah. Sonic side switch. If this was scummiest esports moment, that wins.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like that was like an actual this is a sporty, like that was like the World Series last game, like is in like
it was
it's in 16 overtimes. Like that's what that was.
So Wayne, at Evo in the finals of Dragon Ball FighterZ, Sonic Fox was coming from loser's side. So he had to win twice, I believe, to beat he was in winner's side. Gohan was coming from loser's side. Gohan wins the first the first set. So Sonic Fox in a pretty much a scummy move to stall for time to try to, because all the momentum was against him. He decided to call a rule into play where he could switch ports. So they had to get up, take the controllers out, put the controllers back in, and switch seats. And it was just a move to stall for time, so he could get going to like switch positions with him. So he was sitting in a different position.
What?
If they had kept playing,
how is that even a rule?
It's a rule. If you lose the first set in grand finals, you can opt to switch sides. No one has ever taken that rule. Like no one ever.
No, he wins. I want him to win now.
But he pulls that out of his back pocket.
Good for him.
And then he wins.
Good. He deserves to win.
If that set had kept going, Sonic Fox was losing.
Wait, could the other guy wouldn't be able to just say no?
No, it's in the rule book.
Well, what if the other guy was like, "Oh, I want to switch back"? He couldn't do that.
Well, it's best. The way that like a set works is it's best of 5 games. So the first 5 games, Gohan got the best of 5, and then it bracket resets. So technically, both players are in losers bracket now.
Right.
So the advantage of being in a double elimination tournament in the winner side is you only have to win 1 set. But if you're coming from losers, you have to win 2.
Right.
Oh, so he switched for that second set.
That second set, yeah.
Right. That's
which and nobody's pulled that rule out before,
That's
even
awesome.
though it's a rule. It just felt then, and
is
it still
still
feels,
a rule?
It just feels scummy.
Is it still a rule?
I don't know if they changed the rules after, but it just feels so. It's just that's not best esport moment. That's not a best moment.
No,
that was a scummy moment.
That's stupid, but it's fucking awesome as well. Just because I think that's funny.
I remember being mad at Evo.
Some of these others are like they're decent moments, but they're like G2 beating RNG. That was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it was like quarterfinals. Like a lot of these are like they're not the championship game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's why that's my vote. It's like no, this is like the Tennessee Titans made the playoffs and no one, or like last year, the Bills made the playoffs where no one believed they could even make the playoffs, but instead they go to the Super Bowl and they win in like triple overtime.
Yeah.
Like that's why that moment was awesome.
Yeah. Whereas G2 beating RNG is like the Titans made the playoffs and then they upset the Chiefs in the first game. No wild card.
And then they lost the next one.
Then they lost to the Patriots.
Yeah. Well, no, they did eventually make it to the Super Bowl, but then they still just like got blown out like they were playing the Eagles last year.
All right, a couple more things. Nintendo wins $12 million from pirate ROM site operators. The owners of now defunct ROM sites LoveRoms.com and LoveRetro.co have agreed to a $12 million judgment in favor of Nintendo. The operators, a married couple, admit to both direct and indirect copy and trademark infringement. Both parties requested the court to sign off on this unusual judgment, which will end their legal battle. And that sucks.
So the big thing to take away from this is there are 2 sides and you can feel strongly on either way. On one hand, Nintendo's in the right because unless you own the ROM, like unless you own the game, then you can legally have a copy of the ROM on your computer. But to share that ROM is a completely different story. It is piracy. On the other hand, Nintendo hasn't done a great job of preserving their legacy.
Correct.
Well, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and it's totally a valid argument.
Yeah, like I'm all for software costs money to make. You should be totally paid for that software. The issue for me is where it's like, does anyone care about 10-year-old software?
And it's like not going to the people who created it.
Software. This is like 30-year-old software.
Yeah.
And here's the problem.
And it's not going to go to the people that created it. It's going to go to Nintendo.
Yeah. And they don't even have the source code to the point where a lot of the ROM, like a lot of the games, like the classic editions.
Like, are you going to really sue me for going and downloading ET?
They're not. What I'm saying is when Nintendo makes the SNES Classic and the NES Classic, they're not using the original source code for those games because they don't exist anymore. They don't have it anymore. Nobody preserved it. So they're grabbing ROMs that have been uploaded from people, and they're selling that. And sure, it's Nintendo's property, intellectual property, so they're more than welcome to sell it. But it's a big blow to historical legacy.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I used Love ROMs many times. What was the other one?
Way back in the day, yeah.
What was the other one?
I already bought Pokemon Yellow, and then I wanted to play it on my phone.
Emu Paradise.
Emu Paradise, that's the other one.
But they've all taken down the Nintendo ROMs because you want to be sued for $12 million.
That's a shame. You could probably still get them though, right?
You got to find some people that still have them, and you're going to pretty much need to make connections and Reddit.
Hit me up. I got all the fucking codes.
Like, that's what kept Pokemon alive to me. Was like, cool, I can play Pokemon on my phone.
Is Pokemon ever dead? Has Pokemon ever died?
Dude,
me, totally. I don't bother buying and playing any of those new ones. Like, no, I want to go play fucking Red and Blue. Let me just play it on my phone.
I've been streaming Pokemon randomizers like 2 or 3 times a week on my Twitch channel.
Like, it's still alive, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I got a Pikachu Yellow like when I was like 5. Like, I already bought the game. Let me just go play it 20 years later on my phone.
Yeah.
Or you can buy Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
The problem is there's just that they're sharing the ROMs. That's the only thing. They don't want people sharing them, you know.
For game and a lot of things like
there's a good market for a way if you can plug in your old Nintendo or Game Boy games and it just uploads the code into a ROM. There's a huge market for that, but I guess just downloading them online those days are over.
Well, it's no real proof that you own the game, and the fact is that you're sharing it. Like, they don't care that you have the ROMs if you prove that you own the games. It's literally law. If you own the game, you have the right to own the digital copy of it.
Yeah, but you just can't give it away.
You can't give it to people because you can't prove that they have it or don't have it, and that's considered piracy.
Yeah.
Just you have to err on the side of caution that because you don't know, you have to automatically assume they don't.
It's crazy too that's the judgment, man. Do they even have that kind of money?
Probably not.
They're not making any money off of ROMs.
There's probably advertising stuff that they might have been, but that was probably to go for hosting costs.
Yeah, not 12 million. That's a lot of screw.
No, not 12 million. No, they're.
All right, Divvy, what do you think of the new Pikachu detective?
I'm gonna watch it.
I am highly confused and yet highly intrigued. I don't have an opinion because I'm going to go see the movie to make my opinion.
Yeah, I'm totally going to go see this stupid movie. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be like the worst thing ever.
Is this a movie you guys actually go see or do you wait for it?
Oh, I might go see this. It looks so fucked up that dude. Like, it looks half like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Well, this has to be signed off by Nintendo, right?
Yeah, Nintendo's like, I mean, they can't
let them just use Pokemon.
They have consultation. Yeah, they're definitely working with them on it. And I know that Miyamoto is working with illustration on the Mario movie.
Okay, so there's a little hope there then.
Because like the realistic designs, and the one thing I will say is watching the trailer and looking at all the little Easter eggs and things here and there that are really cool that you don't really see unless you kind of break it down frame by frame. It doesn't feel like a cash grab. It doesn't feel like they're making it just to make it. It does feel that there's love put into it.
Yeah, but Pikachu's really voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that not a cash grab?
And all I hear is Deadpool.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It is like, no, this looks so terrible. I'm gonna love it.
It should have been Danny DeVito.
That'd be awesome. How we go see that?
Pikachu, Pikachu. Pika P.
That would be fucking great.
I love it when they asked him. They actually asked him.
I had my soundboard. I would play the fucking.
Somebody actually asked Danny DeVito like how he felt about people wanting him to play Pikachu, and his answer was, "What the fuck is a Pikachu?"
Oh, by the way, did you guys see the season finale of Always Sunny?
Yeah, I did. I cried.
Did you shed a tear?
I shed a tear.
Oh, it was so sad. It was awesome.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful and sad, and it was.
I mean, after watching that show since I was like 17, 16 years old, and then seeing that, oh man, it was so great.
I mean, Philadelphia, it's home.
I know, man. It was so great. All right.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Always Sunny, go watch the last season. The entire season is amazing. Prima Games is shutting down in 2019. No more Prima game manuals.
Strategy guides are dead to begin with. Like, I felt like this. I'm actually surprised it took this long for them to shut down.
Online killed it, man. Online
Game facts.
Well, I guess just no strategy guides. I feel like they just don't even matter anymore.
I felt like they were more like collector's editions at this point.
Well, it's like, when was the last time you needed a strategy guide for anything? You know what I mean? Like
an in-print strategy guide.
Yeah.
Those were cool though. Did you guys buy strategy guides? I used to buy them.
I used to buy them, but it's also like everything that I'd want in that. It's like, oh, it'll take me 2 seconds to Google it.
Just go to GameFAQs.
Now I have to go walk to the store or drive to the store to go buy a $50 book to come home and then figure out my little 3-second question.
I want to know. I want to see a documentary about this, like the Prima guides, because they were pretty.
Actually, no, I think.
Pretty crazy.
I think a documentary about the printed guides would be really interesting just to get a look, because not only were they, I mean, they were, I guess
they were actually pretty good,
but they had to play the game thoroughly before release to have the game's guides ready to go for all the stuff. They had to make sure that they were properly edited, which sometimes they weren't.
They had images, like exact images.
And to have that and also hold an NDA really closely with all the leaks that happen these days, I almost wonder how many people were dropping NDA, that all these leaks were maybe coming from people working on these game guides.
I still have some, you know what I mean? Like they're definitely, back in the day, they were fantastic. But
Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 10, I had the strategy guides for, and I still do.
I think I did have a strategy guide for Final Fantasy 10.
Like they were fantastic. Like I'd even had a couple for like weird Pokemon ones, like things like that. Like back in the day, they were the best.
Yeah, they were really cool.
They were great for Pokemon because like a lot of them would have like a whole section
maps. They would have exact maps of where to find everything.
Yeah, like the back would just be dedicated to Pokedex, to what item, like what TMs they can learn, and all this other stats and like the numbers. And then you realize that Cerebi.net is a thing, and it has all of that information anyway.
I mean, it was just like, it used to also be just like a cool thing to have with the game, like a companion piece.
But now that you don't even buy the game in physical copy for the most part anymore, and now you're just
collectors.
It takes 2 seconds.
They're more collector's pieces at this point.
I know. I would kind of wish I saved some of mine. I would like to look at them, how stupid they were. But I used to get all that, the EGM magazines and all that stuff. I used to love that stuff.
It's just another sad day for print dying.
And lastly, Final Fantasy 15 director leaves Square Enix.
No one's surprised.
Actually, people are surprised because he had been talking about all the DLC for like a couple months.
Yeah. It's just one of those things.
Three of the 4 DLC planned have been canceled. Why hasn't all 4 been canceled?
They're gonna finish up the villain one.
Wait, why did they leave?
I'm surprised they've taken this long. Didn't the game come out like 2 years ago?
Yeah, my feelings on Final Fantasy 15 have been very. They've been recorded. If you watch our podcast,
it's a subpar game. It's not the best game.
It took 10 years to make. It cost way too much money. They opened a studio dedicated to working on the game that has cost Square Enix $33 million. All
right, let me explain it this way. Final Fantasy 15 was exactly the way Red Dead could have went if Rockstar was a shitty publisher. That's exactly how it is. You know what I mean? Because it was such a massive game on a massive scale. And it was like, a turning point for the genre, and they did everything wrong, in my opinion.
I guarantee you, Final Fantasy 16, it's gonna be a very long time before you ever see that.
Oh yeah,
Good.
They'll rely on the Final Fantasy VII remake for a while, and then they might remake a couple other ones. But I think as far as mainline titles for Final Fantasy, I just don't think there's much left for them.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's not much left for Square Enix.
Just kill it.
That's why I'm not that surprised.
I think Square will be fine because they have a bunch of IP.
They have a bunch of IP, but like that's why I wasn't surprised. Is it's like it seems like for the last couple of years they've just been bleeding all of their talent.
They might downsize. I wouldn't be surprised if they downsize, but they're not going to just shut doors. Like Octopath did really well for what they expected it to do.
They'll start making pachinko machines.
Yeah, like it's just one of those things.
Where, Konami, then fuck that.
Yeah, like I could see that. I could kind of see that because I think both Konami and Square Enix, they're just like they've been slowly over time just losing all of their talent that made them who they are.
And they keep making, and it almost feels like they thrive off of remakes. How many times have we seen, like all the Final Fantasy different various games be remade? Like FF7 remake isn't the first. I mean, 4 came to the DS. They did the iOS ports, which were god awful. They've done all the ports to all the consoles. I don't know. I just don't.
They just don't care.
Like Star Ocean was trash. The last Star Ocean game release was bad. Their quality control is just not great.
Dude, there's been a lot of those like Japanese publishers and developers that it's like their games suck, dude. There's no innovation in the story. There's no innovation in the gameplay. They just rip off each other.
It's not the whole company sucks because Octopath was really good. Dragon Quest was really, really good. But they're not the titles that you're gonna make all of your money off of. They're really nice when they do better than you expect them to, and they'd be good for a smaller studio. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised if they downsize.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, just kill the JRPG genre, give the crown to Persona 5, and let it die. The genre sucks.
Atlas is doing the work though. Really, Atlas is doing.
Yeah, but how many more Persona 5s are they gonna make until the fucking company goes bankrupt?
I would put Atlas and then Monolith Soft. Those are the top 2 for RPGs right now between Persona and Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, that was my best moment of 2017 was Persona 5 not winning Game of the Year. I'm kidding. Why is that a thing?
My favorite moment of 2017 would be...
Man, are we looking back on 2017? It's almost the end of 2018.
I mean, 2018, I'm sorry. When Logan Paul filmed that dude hanging in the forest, that was awesome. That was fucking... And then what else was there?
My favorite moment of 2018 was Logan Paul getting the shit beat out of him.
He didn't, though. He did really well.
He did okay.
No, my favorite moment was when Scarce...
He did decent.
When Scarce got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah. That was the highlight of YouTube on 2018. It was apparently celebrity boxing is now a thing again.
Yeah.
It's a celebrity death match.
Yeah, celebrity death match, yeah. Well, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the tech portion of the show. A lot of tech stuff to talk about. I want to talk about The Walking Dead. What's his name? Rick Grimes is gone. He is gone. Is the show able to make a return to form? Season 1?
I don't it's one of those things where like if you're gonna kill off all of the characters, that's fine. Just like end the show and do it like Better Call Saul. Just be like, okay, cool, here's a second, we have an established world.
Yeah, they have
here's
that.
Another story.
It's called Fear the Walking Dead, and it's not great.
Well, I will say,
like do that. Do like, okay, it's this person's story now, and this is like you can have it as a continuation, but like actually try to make it its own property.
All I'll say is that not going off of Robert Kirkman's source material was the best thing that they could have done.
And I could see that. It's one of those things where it's like, no.
I honestly think his source material was actually not that good.
You mean a comic book?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to make like a comic book into a really good show unless it's, Marvel and you have 800 editions of a comic to like make a story out of.
Oh yeah, and rest in peace Stan Lee. Forgot.
Yes, rest in peace Stan Lee.
The god, dude. He's the god.
The Spider-Man cameo in the game is probably one of my favorites.
Man, you know how many hours I've spent wasting my childhood reading Stan Lee's work?
Right.
It's
And now
actually kind of
watching it,
crazy.
everything like that.
That's crazy.
The man lived a full life.
He was our modern day Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
You could probably say that, right?
Yeah.
He was the modern day Dr. Seuss.
And he wasn't. If you listen to the interview we had with Larry King, he wasn't afraid of death.
Oh no.
He was happy with his life, and that's all you can ask.
That's what I'm hoping, because I was a little worried, just because, like, I mean, the amount of lawsuits he's been having over the last couple of years, I did feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of things of, like, it sounds like people taking advantage of him. That kind of really sucks.
When he lost his wife, you could tell that, like,
he was done.
He was ready.
Yeah.
He had been married to her for 70 years.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, and he was at a point where he kind of was just like, he probably died peacefully, to be honest. Probably just kind of went out on his own terms, which is rad. It's pretty cool. Stan Lee, dude, R.I.P., bro. And on that note, we're going to end it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.